All right, so we're here with Tammy D'Antonio, owner and operator of the All Seasons Groveland Inn here in Groveland, California. Tammy, thank you for joining us on this edition of Walk for Peace 2020 Kindness.
I'm happy to be here. I'm happy you guys showed up in my life last night.
Awesome. We're so glad to have met you. You've been amazing. Tammy, tell us a little bit about your story.
Well, what part of the story? Just how I ended up here in Groveland, or ended up in life asking two strangers in the middle of the night to get in the car from some church in the forest. One of them afraid of bears to get in the car and let's go. I don't know who was more scared. Which one of us? I don't know.
I was pretty excited to jump in the car. I was excited to jump in the car.
You looked excited. I had to see your face to make sure. I ended up here years ago. My grandparents started coming up here from the Bay Area, and then other family members kept coming up. And my mother was killed at a young age, and when I was she was young age, and I was young. And when I came up here, I'd lived in the city for years. And when I came up here, I'd never experienced anything like this before. I mean, I hadn't even seen snow for my first time, except that fluke snowstorm in San Jose in the 1970s. That was my first time of seeing any kind of snow, and up here it was like magic. I had no idea. I mean, truly, I tell people that a lot of people don't even know where water comes from. They don't even know it comes from the mountains. It's true. Yeah. A lot of people don't know. You ask them where water comes from. Right. Well, we don't know. We can leave our water right now. Yeah. I was one of those.
We get the water in San Francisco
didn't care.
From Hetch Hetchy, right?
Oh, Hetch Hetchy, yeah.
That's where we'll be walking through the Hetch Hetchy.
Oh, you're going through the Hetch Hetchy. Oh, you guys are. Oh, you're gonna be blown away. It's beautiful. Think about that. Goes on gravity. Those pipes you saw coming up. That's Hetch Hetchy. That's what takes it from there down those pipes into Crystal Springs. For the Hetch Hetchy, that's the drinking water. And when we were kids, ironically, I didn't know why we couldn't drink that water. It's because it was the drinking water from here for us. I didn't know. We're little, young. I used to drive by that, or not drive by. I go with my parents and want to jump in. But I ended up here because I loved my grandparents. My grandfather was the love of my life. He was just he was a really positive person in my life. And my mother was on drugs. My father was on drugs. So it wasn't the most. It wasn't the best dynamic for a young child. You kind of have to grow up fast. So I grew up really fast. Dropped out of school when I was 16. I worked 3 jobs, 7 days a week. Got a job at an insurance agency working for a gentleman by the name of Matt Hazeltine, who was an football player for San Francisco 49ers. He died of Lou Gehrig's disease. Actually, several of them passed away that had played together on the same teams of Lou Gehrig's, and he was my first mentor. And he told me you could do anything you want, Tammy, in life. I would think maybe when we were talking earlier, mentioned I didn't know what this whole positive mental attitude realm was. You know, in my 20s, and especially as a kid, I used to tease. I only knew, PMS in our family, and everyone the thing to do was whine and moan and groan about everything, complain about everything. Yeah, that's what I grew up in. And then I was given something at 14 years old from a neighbor friend of mine, a gentleman named Dennis Waitley, Seeds of Greatness, and there was the ham story on there, and the ham story changed my life, and I told that story many times to many kids, many people, and I always tell people, don't forget to ever share these things, because when you get inspired like that, we can't be afraid to tell somebody else, because think of what you did for you. It's like your first time driving a stick shift. Have you ever driven a stick shift?
Yeah.
See, a lot of people nowadays don't know how to drive them.
Oh, I love the stick.
Oh, yeah. Well, when I was 16, I was on a hill only about this big, and I might have been on Mount Everest because it moved backwards. Yes. And so anyways, life, we can't be afraid of those things. We have to keep on trying to get in gear. And for me, getting in gear, and you asked me earlier and you're asking me now about, who makes me who I am. I would say a lot of different components, life. Why did I pick you up the way I did? I think there was an energy with that. There was something that you were connected to and I was connected to, but you had another individual that was connected. I think I told you I have something called the PhD Pyramid of Hopes and Dreams, and that connection is that. And there was a triangle there. There was a woman that I respect very much that's been working very hard in this COVID situation at the grocery stores, and she should be treated with respect. And you, being a stranger, this small town, we know who everyone is. We know who the locals are. I knew you weren't from here. And you went over and you shared a thank you. And you told her, and you showed her your bag. I didn't know what you were doing. I was the next customer. I didn't know you from Adam. We'd never even met. Think about that. Think about that. And if you wouldn't have went over to her That's what did it for me. You went over to her and you said to her, "Thank you, Amber." You even knew her name. People up here probably don't even know her name. Some of the locals that don't go in there probably don't even know her name or have ever called her name, but you did. That touched me. Why did that touch me? I can't understand, except that there's some, to me, fragmented dust, that's something that connects us when when our hearts are open. And my heart's open, very open. And so that touched me. So now I walk to my car. I was exhausted last night.
Yeah.
I own this this business is beautiful. It's wonderful. We have magical people from around the world, and I'm just so inspired, and every day it's wonderful, but it's hard work.
Yeah.
And I was maxed out last night. And when I saw you, you weren't far from my car. I saw you in the corner of my eye because I was putting stuff in the back of the van. And the synchronicity of you being right there, because I didn't know you were still there. I don't know, you must have been taking a while to remove your pack or move your pack around or something. Because you were there for a little bit.
Eating a sandwich.
Is that what it was? Because you were there for a while. It wasn't like I came right out afterwards. I was talking for a while. Shockingly. Anyways, I looked over in the corner of my eye. There you were. And my little thing, I call it being like rained on, and I get this little funky stomach thing, intuition, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's I've practiced a long time using my intuition, not this, but this, and letting it move, and use the wisdom, but really follow this and don't back down. I don't back down from this. And I had that going on last night, if that makes sense. There was this little energy fuzzy thing, and I'm like, oh, okay. You're tired. The little voice over here is going, "You're so tired, just get in that car and go." The other little voice is like, "Oh, no. This man, I have to go say he's doing something cool, because what I didn't tell you is I forgot. She told me you were walking for peace." And I'm like, "Oh, right on. That's cool." And so that's why I was there so long talking to her. I forgot about that part. That's what was a little piece there. She was telling me that you had told her, and I'm like, "That's so cool. I'm not thinking you're out there," and that's why I'm saying it was quite some time before I came out. Quite a few minutes, enough to eat a sandwich, I guess, and fix your pack. But you were there, and the little voices were back and forth. And whenever I get that confused, when the voices and my intuition's at, I can't pass. I have to do it. I had to say something. I knew I had to, and if I walked away, I would have turned around and came back, and then you could have been gone. That's what I would have done. I already know. So I just followed the first time, even though I was really tired and arguing with the two little voices in the head back and forth. The light one.
You're amazing.
The light one, and I met you, okay?
We appreciate you so much. One more question for you, Tammy. What's like an experience of kindness where someone did something kind for you that you'll never forget?
Oh, wow. Someone did something kind for me that I'll never forget. There's probably been so many that I can't even think of them. Honestly, there's been...
What's one that stands out to you?
Well, it may sound silly and petty, but we had a flood here the first year we took over, or the first year I took over in 2018. We had just gotten ready for a big, busy season, and we had a 150-year flood. And we got tore up, everybody got tore up, and I just walked in 6 weeks earlier going, oh no. But I just switched over to the bank up here, the bank over here. And it's not really the bank, but the people who work there are locals. And there's a woman named Tara there, and she was about this much pregnant, and she was so concerned about all of us. She went door to door making sure we were okay, and asking us what we needed, and I was totally shocked by it. I'm like, I've never been, I've had businesses, I used to own other businesses. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never seen a banker come knock on your door, do you need something even after the flood? But because of the small town, it was very intimate, and you know what?
She's pregnant.
She's hugely pregnant. And she was making sure we were all okay, and everyone was working together, and it was amazing. And we got a grant out of it. The reason, and it may sound petty, but that little thing of her coming to us seeing we were okay, and she genuinely cared. That was the thing. And she ended up fighting with her bank to get a grant for the businesses, and they gave it to one of the companies that donates all kinds of money here, that does tons of stuff down here. We have a little thrift store there called Helping Hands that gives kids money to school and what have you. Believe it or not, side note, just random thought, there's more nonprofit organizations in this little itty-bitty town giving things to kids and people than you can possibly imagine. Wow. Seriously. Anyways, the money was it was just, I've never had it here. Here you go. Well, now we're in COVID. Everyone, I guess, got something somewhere, or sadly some didn't, but it was never, ever handed to me in such a genuine way of concern, and someone fighting for the bank and give me the little piece, and they give me a little piece of grant money. It was a small portion, but the fact was that it was the kindness and the act, like you said, that she did. It touched me, it moved me, and it gave me respect for her.
Yeah.
And so that was something small, that was petty, but there's been so many. I mean, honestly, every day. You were one. Yesterday, I've had I don't know how many different people here that have been something over my lifetime. I mean, that's what's made me.
Yeah.
That's what's made me. Random act of kindness. Oh my gosh. I've had friends do things here. I had friends come help me. I was maxed out. Again, friends came from all over to help me and did my garden.
Wow.
I mean, I didn't ask, did my garden, told me go away. Cleaned my house, did everything, and said, go get the things you have to get done. That was, I'm like, they drove 12 hours, one couple, another one drove 14 hours to get here. I mean, it was amazing. I was blown away. Those random acts of kindness, when friends say they're going to be there for you. I had another friend that was in a really bad situation, and I had another friend outside in Arizona. I said, this person needs help, but I can't help them, and they're here, and I know you could. She got 2 of her friends who drove here for the first time. Of course, Yosemite, I can motivate people a little more. Come to Yosemite, you know. But however, these truly were, I could go on and on and on, even through some of the most horrific situations.
Yeah.
There were these random acts of kindness that I did. I wake up every morning wanting to do something for someone. I want to do something good for someone every day.
Yeah.
And if I don't feel good. I really don't. And sometimes through this coronavirus and these other things, I get emotional because I'm sad that so many people are suffering right now. And I hope that they don't suffer, because we can make our, like I tell you, you know, I shared when we were talking, getting to know each other, you know, we have pain and suffering. We're not getting out of pain and suffering, but how do we find the joy in it every day? We have to make those conscious choices to do that. And how do we get that practical application? There's many different ways I'm sure you're going to be talking about as you go. And for me, I had someone change my life by sharing one little story with me. Why am I empathetic? Why do I care? Because I was raised in the ghetto. I was raised in environments that weren't fun. You know, we talk about different things going on now. I was on the opposite end of it. I was the minority in a lot of cases. I don't hate people though. I've learned that ignorance is bliss. I've learned that we have the choice to learn and grow, and that every single day, for my own beliefs, is I am supposed to learn something new and do something and be of service. And if I can't do that, why am I here? That's my belief. Everyone else have different paths, so maybe that's the only thing I'm good at. I don't know. I don't know, but I didn't talk for many years. I held all my emotions in. I've held everything in. I was afraid to be who I was. But that comes with age too. It comes with experience, and it comes with a lot of challenges. I tell everyone, you don't know what the heck you're going to do or how you're going to become until you keep doing it. Now I just try to live in the moment. Thank you.
Tammy,
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
You're good. I want to acknowledge you just for a moment. You've been so incredible to us. We really kindly, truly appreciate you. You know, you fed us breakfast this morning. You put us up last night. You picked James up from the church yesterday. You know, offered us a hotel room for tonight. You're willing to help us. You're like a miracle worker. You got us synced up with Raven, who's going to drive James tomorrow, and you're going to help us tomorrow with a ride. We were just blown away by your kindness and your generosity. Thank you so much for helping us along this way.
But are you really blown away?
I really am.
Are you really?
I really
How come?
am.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How come?
You know, I guess I don't expect people to be so kind and so just gracious. And when it happens, I'm stunned. But it's amazing. To me it's as if a little piece of stardust has landed on you and just you know, created this. You're like a god on earth. You know what I mean? You're like a piece of God has broken open into your soul, and it shines for the rest of us in the world to see. And that's what we in humanity, I feel like that's what we need. We need that, the light and the stardust that other people have to shine for all of humanity.
That's beautiful, but just remember, it takes you getting through it. Can I am allowed to curse on this? It takes you going through a lot of stuff to get to that place, and it does take making that choice. So the fact that you opened up just now and shared that with me, because that shocks me. Why is it something some people are so shocked by? Or why is it that people feel that's weak? It takes strength to be kind.
Yeah.
It does, because I really genuinely care about myself, and when I'm with you, as much as I care about you. And if we could do that, I'm like, how else are we going to get peace?
Yeah.
All this propaganda, all this BS. We got to get past this stuff. We got to go one-on-one. You know why I like what you guys are doing? You're walking across going, hey, to me it's like a meditative state. You're walking meditation. You're coming inside. How much have you learned so far for your youth? Nobody else. Just waiting there. What did you do? You made a decision to do it. And now you don't even know what's going to come. You don't know what's going to come. It's coming, though, and it's going to be so fun for everybody to watch and see. And the fragments of the web of the butterfly effect that occurs everywhere. You guys, this was all about is energy. And please, I didn't mean to keep talking. You don't have to videotape this or whatever. Something that was said to me, and I read years ago, it only takes one candle, and there's probably many different prophecies in different religions, but one candle to light a cave that's been dark for 10,000 years. So, and I read that in something from a gentleman by the name of President Keita. He is the president of Soka Gakkai Buddhism, and I'm not getting religious, so please don't take that. It was something I read with the light, but when I read the whole essence of what I was reading, that was meaning that we walk in a candle. That is us. This is our flame.
Well, imagine if all of us light that candle.
Well, hello.
Once.
That's it.
Like a supernova of light and love. And
can't you feel this right now? You feel that? That's energy. That's real. Can you feel it over there? It's real. But then the thing is, how do we sustain it?
Right.
But that's where it comes. There's pain and suffering, but we got to find the joy in it. My mom was murdered when I was young. We've had all these things, but that's not who we are. I love and benefit from all of that. What if my mother at 16, who was a drug addict and had a rough life throughout, raised me my whole life? Where would I be? Who knows? We don't know, but we're some beautiful souls on this planet. I'm not going to give up hope and faith, even though that light will dim once in a while. I get sad. It dims. I cry. I watch American Idol or America's Got Talent and cry my eyes out to make myself feel better. But you guys are the light, and you guys brought a lot of light. So I hope that as you guys do this journey, you just remember, don't ever let that light go out of that cave. That's what I try to remember.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank
I so appreciate you guys. It's been a blast. You're going to hug?
God bless you.
Oh, no. Are we getting video that we're hugging on COVID? Oh, no. That was real. We hugged on COVID with COVID around. Imagine, let's make sure we'll see in 5 years if we're still here. We can talk about that. How's that?
Thanks so much, Tammy.
The journey in between.
Incredible.
You guys are awesome.
All right,
and
guys,
helping me.
Off here.
You guys got a job if you want to too. That was best day. I really appreciate everything. So how are we going to work